Salutations friends, welcome back into my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing this Lapsang Souchong tea elixir from Ravenscourt Apothecary. If you'd like to know what I think about this beautiful little perfume oil, then keep watching. For transparency purposes, this was not sent to me. I purchased this to review. Actually, I purchased this because I just really wanted to try this house and these fragrances. I also purchased her Elizabeth Bennet perfume oil and Mr. Darcy perfume oil. I will be reviewing those at a future date. And I purchased these a very long time ago, a few months, maybe even a year ago. But I've been holding onto this to review closer to the fall. So if you're unfamiliar with Ravenscourt Apothecary, they are a vegan, cruelty-free indie fragrance house from the UK. So this is vegan, cruelty-free fragrance, and it's part of her tea elixir or tea elixir line, which I believe that there's Earl Grey, Vanilla Rooibos, Lapsang Souchong, and I think there might be a green tea. I don't know what the other one would be. But obviously I got the Lapsang Souchong. If you guys are unfamiliar, I am obsessed with tea fragrances. I used to work at a tea store. I opened a few stores with them. It was like a career I had. I collect tea. I have over 100 pounds of tea. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. I have a lot of tea. If you guys ever want to see my tea collection, let me know. That is a whole other video. But I was super excited to see Lapsang Souchong. It's one of my favorite teas. I love the history behind this tea, and I really love it when people try to mimic or add Lapsang Souchong to fragrances. So this is a fragrance that she designed to mimic Lapsang Souchong using patchouli, rosewood, black pepper, and I think also sandalwood. I'm wearing it now. Usually you want to wear perfume oil on pulse points, but I'm wearing another fragrance, so I just kind of put this on an area safe on my hand to talk to you guys a little bit about the scent. Now this fragrance for this size, which is I believe 10 ml of perfume oil, is $38.95. Her stuff isn't inexpensive, but it's also not expensive either. I find her stuff to be very competitively priced. I did pay full price for these, and again, like, she didn't send it to me. I purchased these. And I think that when it comes down to the production and the longevity of her perfume oil, I actually think she does a really good job. It actually lasts a nice time, it smells really good, it has a decent production, and I like to layer this with other things too. But I'm not going to talk about what I layer this with, I want to talk about the scent. So the notes in here, once again, I know I kind of went off on a tangent, is sandalwood, rosewood, patchouli, and black pepper. And I find that the black pepper and patchouli are the strongest notes on my skin. And it kind of comes off as smelling more like a piece of cinnamon bark. It's a little bit smoky, it's a little bit woodsy, but there is kind of an aromatic spiciness to the scent that again I attribute to the black pepper and the patchouli. I don't find that this is very close to an actual Lapsang Souchong scent, which is very smoky, very dark and mysterious, but I can see the correlation between this fragrance mimicking a lot of what Lapsang Souchong is, and that is kind of like a mysterious smokiness in there with some type of twangy sweetness. And sometimes tea notes can come off kind of twangy. I know that's not the right word to use, but I mean, if you think of a specific green tea note, like a basic, your run-of-the-mill, your signature standard green tea, it kind of comes off a little bit twangy. I know that's horrible to say, but I find that that twang in here, that kind of stereotypical tea note mixed with everything else, gives this a slight smoky mysteriousness with a tea vibe that I really enjoy. And this is not a professional review, you guys, I'm a consumer here, but it's sometimes hard to describe specific tea notes. So if I'm talking about a Darjeeling tea, if I'm talking about a Rooibos tea or mate, or say I'm talking about an oolong tea or a specific oolong tea from different areas of the world, because they vary, they vary very much. Or even specific black teas. Again, you're thinking about Darjeeling tea, or you're thinking about an English breakfast tea, or you're thinking about an Indian black tea, or you're thinking about chai tea. I mean, everywhere. There's so many different variations of tea. And so the easiest way for me to describe a stereotypical tea scent is like that stereotypical green tea scent, which is green and it's not bitter, but it's twangy. It's like a little bit zesty, and that's what this has underneath the layers of the sandalwood and the patchouli and the black pepper and the rosewood. So over that twangy note, I feel like twangy is the worst note, you have this really beautiful kind of spiced aromatic pepper with the wood notes, which I think make this mimic that kind of like campfire smell that Lapsang Souchong has. It's not identical to Lapsang Souchong, but I can definitely see where she drew inspiration from Lapsang Souchong, and I think that's why I love this a lot. It's not identical duplicate Lapsang Souchong, which I would also love to death, but I like the fact that this is a creative spin on Lapsang Souchong. You can definitely see where she was coming from and where she pulled the inspiration from Lapsang Souchong to create this fragrance, and I think it's really beautiful. This is also a very substantial perfume oil. I find that this lasts on the skin a very nice time, and for me, on my body and my body chemistry and things like that, sometimes perfume oils don't project very much their kind of skin scents to the core, and sometimes I'll layer them and add them to other fragrances so that I get more longevity, but I actually find that this one projects pretty nicely, about moderate projection, and lasts about 4 hours on my skin, which I find to be spectacular when it comes down to perfume oils. And so I really have enjoyed wearing this. Usually what I'll do is, if I want to wear this on its own, I will just add a little drop to each of my wrists and a drop behind each ear, and it does the job beautifully. I do like to wear this usually when I'm working at home because it doesn't project too loudly. So if I'm around my husband or my sister or any of my parents that are a little bit sensitive to fragrances, like my dad right now, I can wear this and enjoy it, and it's not going to aggravate them. While at the same time, if I use this to layer with fragrances that don't have good longevity, or maybe I want to add some underlying layers to fragrances I love, Bulgari Eau de Vert, for example, I love layering this with just really classic tea scents. It adds a lot of complexity to it and makes them really magical. So I found to really enjoy the scent, and oh my gosh, I'm talking forever, but I just absolutely love this. I think this is a really high quality fragrance. The presentation of this house is amazing. I'll show you how it comes. So it comes in this little box. It has a little thing, and you just comes right in here like this, all safe and snug. So the presentation of this house is really on par. It's very unique, very special. You feel like you're getting something special in the mail when you order this, and it's a really beautiful experience. So overall, I would most definitely recommend checking out Ravenscourt Apothecary if you're looking to have a new indie house. If you want to check out and support, I will link them below. Again, this is in no way sponsored. I just really wanted to share my appreciation for this house and my love for this beautiful perfume oil with you guys. So anyway, that's my review of Lapsang Souchong Tea Elixir Perfume Oil from Ravenscourt Apothecary. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any experience with this indie house, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to know your thoughts, good or bad. And also give me some recommendations, guys. I love supporting indie houses. So if there's any indie houses that you love that you'd like to see me review, let me know in the comment section below. When it comes down to indie houses, I never, even with any houses, even with designer houses or big name houses, if I'm reaching out to houses and I'm saying I want to review, I support with my dollar. So I'm not going to go out to these houses and say, hey, I'm a reviewer, give me something to review for free. Usually I'm like, hey, I really want to review your stuff, what can I buy? So I will also be supporting these people with my money. So if there's any house you would like to see me support and talk about and review, let me know in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to check them out. I'm always looking for new indie fragrances to experience. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!